Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we are going into the last Alliance War of Season 35. This is going to be the last war with the Miss-Tic Dispersion tactic on defense. Overall, not too annoying. Kind of got used to it. Didn't even really use a ton of Defiance Tackers, which was the offensive tactic this season. We did use a lot of them. It just happened to not fall into my assignment. And actually, I got a lot different than last season, which is actually interesting. But oh yeah, we're facing TCN again for the second time this season. I'm going to show the results, the rewards, the leaderboard, and just kind of go on my little rant at the end about some things with Alliance War right now. But TCN, we faced them earlier on in the season. We lost. They actually triple donated us. Got 0 deaths in all 3 of our battle groups. They banned Herc, Torch, and Ghost as the bans. Here's their defense. It's a little bit different defense than what we saw the prior time. I think it was in like War 5 or so when we met them. So it's been over half a season, and you know there's probably been different rank ups and different moves and stuff like that. So This war, I have 5 fights. I'm going up path 2 in section 1. I'm doing these fights at the airport. This is right before my vacation. We were flying out to Hawaii. I was in LAX waiting for our layover flight to go over to Honolulu, and had some spare time. Put on some boosts. Got a invuln boost for this one. It's a Knull on the strike counter power struggle. I put on a Mystic 12% boost. I'm not going to be throwing a lot of like special 2s or anything like that. I just figured anything that can possibly help. You know, we really want to win this war because that will solidify our spot in Masters top 10. But it's not going to be easy because TCN, they're good. And we'll talk about them in a little bit more in a minute. But so here, I was planning on throwing the special 1 and getting the aura up, and then just being able to like kind of toggle him back and forth under just above a bar and under a bar. That really didn't work out how I had hoped. You can see I keep on just like giving him just a little bit too much. So we do get encroaching corruption put on us. So right now we're in reverse controls. I don't like the reverse controls, so I'm just gonna like back off a bit and kind of stall this out, just because I don't want to deal with it. It makes the fight go obviously longer, but you know, we're doing okay. We do have the Mr. Fantastic synergy, so when we do throw a heavy, we do get an armor break, which is nice. It does heal him a bit, but at the same time, we're going to be able to do a little bit more damage. And we've managed the strike counter decently okay. He's got 7 of them now. We get encroaching corruption again. I'm just blocking this stuff because I just don't want to get hit. I'm trying to do it in reverse. And I'm doing my best to play in reverse because a lot of this fight ended up being reversed. And I probably should have just went up to him and heavied him, but I was in reverse controls and I just didn't trust, you know, myself. But we got him down. It was almost a 2-minute fight, but interesting placement. That's my only fight with Doom. Did a great job. Next up, we got another Terrax. I fought a lot of Terraxes this season, and I think all of them with Thing. Thing's a decent option for him. Nothing fast or crazy like that, like maybe somebody that you would use like Tigera or Elsa or something else. But Thing does a really solid job. And then here, this is in the airport, so this is right after that Doom fight. I jump in, I sped this up, but it was over a half a minute of just like Wi-Fi. I'm like, oh crap, is this Wi-Fi gonna, you know, drop out on me? No, finally it does start the fight. We still have that invuln boost from the prior fight active. Not that I don't think we actually get hit in this fight or use it. I do end up throwing some specials. I'm going to try and build up my Furies. Now I threw that first special one a little bit premature. I didn't have enough rock stacks to convert anything. Here we convert 20, we're up to 25 Furies, we're over halfway there. And yeah, this Terrax is going to go down. It's really not a problem. We do get a little bit brute force here. Throw on a heavy, activate the protection. You know, because we're abiding by the node and managing our hits, we haven't let any of the Furies build up, so protection is not going to just automatically happen when we, you know, do a block or anything like that. But yeah, Terrax is not that difficult of a defender. It's just he can put a bunch of damage on you, so you just got to be aware of that and how to manage that. Either get away from him, let the rock field fall off, or, you know, he's very aggressive when he has that rock field up after his special. But here you can see I got my 60 Furies and then I just go ham. Now, could I have done it this way the whole fight? Probably. Would have been faster or slower? I'm not sure. It's either way that I've done it, it's been about the same. But Terrax goes down fairly easily. I move up to Man-Thing, and then I think we ended up taking that with a Quake. And then I boarded a fight shortly thereafter, flew to Hawaii, and when I came back, a lot of the map and everything was done. This was in the morning or this is late at night for me, but early in the morning for everybody else. And I could have used Thing for these two fights, and I thought about that. I was originally assigned CGR on my team, and I was like, no, I'm gonna bring Mr. Fantastic, and then I just ended up deciding to use him. He is a Defiance champ. I did use a Defiance champ this war. And I throw on all the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights. I throw on Science Boost, a Power Start 1 boost. As long as I'm not double dashing back, I won't activate that regen. And we're just gonna play quickly, heavy to refresh the debuffs and try to get to Special 2 as quickly as possible. And throw that, double up, and then we're gonna try to get back to Special 2, which we get some power back boost, power back. And we're gonna get back to a Special 2 fairly quickly. Boom. Now we're all tripled up. This guy's not gonna even throw one special because we've got him locked down now. And as long as I'm not double dashing back, he won't get that regen. It doesn't really matter because we have enough debuffs on and I have max to spare to block it. And then I'm just gonna try to finish with a Special 1 so that I get a bunch of pre-fights back. And we do. And so I started with 4, used 3, I was at 1, and then this next fight, we're gonna go up to Mysterio, and I think we have like 7 or so, or maybe even more. Let's see, how many did we have? 6. Okay, we have 6, and we're gonna put on all 3 again. And again, either one of these fights could have been done with Thing, and to be honest, Doom. But I just ended up choosing to go with Mr. Fantastic. He did a really solid job there. I'm like, yeah, that worked well. It'll save me a health potion potentially for the next fight, because the next fight I am using Thing. And we got that Power Start 1 boost still active. We're gonna build up to Special 2, launch that, double up the debuffs, and they get refreshed on the knockdown from the special or from the heavy. And then we're gonna just heavy him, try to keep those refreshed, try to get him to not throw the Special 1, and we're going to try to get back to Special 2, but I think I'm not able to throw this because I don't want to push him to Special 3, obviously. I do get power drained, we do have that miss going on, and I'm just going to back up to the left side, and then once that miss falls off, we will heavy and knock him down safely, and then try to build back up to another Special 2 and get 3 of the debuffs each. I think right here we're going to do full combo, Special 2, we've tripled up the debuffs, they'll get refreshed, and yeah, it's going pretty well. A little bit slower than the last fight. We don't have the class disadvantage. We do have to worry about power gain. We can't lock him down. He's going to get some combat power, Symbiote Supreme. He doesn't have any normal combat power when you hit him. He throws the special one. You gotta wait out the reflection. I guess we didn't have to, but we would have taken a little bit of damage, but it's alright. And then I think we're gonna finish this off with a special 2, and it takes him out. Almost takes him out. Yeah, the shock finishes him off. So Mr. Fantastic does a great job, kind of fills in a slot, helps me save some items that I would have used on thing to heal. I do put in 1 health potion from the damage that I took on the Terrax fight. Runs his node 46, it's got the strike counter combat power rate. Most likely if you don't abide by the strike counter, you're not going to get very many specials off on this fight. Buffet, doesn't matter, thing's immune to it. He's immune to nullify, there won't be any regen. And then Chitinous Thorns, you know, if he gets an armor up from throwing a heavy or a special one, we will start to get those bleeds put on us. We're bleed immune. Basically, we'll just reduce some of our rock stacks and convert them into furies. So either way, it doesn't really matter. So this is basically just a normal surfer fight. He is a Miss-Tic Dispersion champ, and you know, the first special that I threw off, you know, I got the Unblockable, triggers the miss, you just wait it out. That one, the global was on cooldown still, so it didn't matter. And then here, I think I'm gonna throw one more special. Yes, we throw it. Unblockable triggers, it falls off, it triggers the Miss-Tic Dispersion miss. We just wait that out, and then we just kind of go back to hammering. So when possible, I'm going to try to push this guy to his special 2, and try to make sure that he doesn't activate a special 1 or a heavy to get the armor ups, because Silver Surfer's armor up is extremely potent and it reduces a lot of the physical damage that thing can do. So, but he goes down, 58 hits. That was actually a pretty quick run on him, and that's my season. So as far as the fights go, I come up to the island and I throw on a pre-fight, all the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights on this Mojo. McLeod ended up taking this with his Immortal Abomination, did a great job. And then last, I throw on the remaining pre-fights that I had for Mr. Fantastic. I have 5 left, so I have extra, and I threw those on the thing boss. I don't have any extra footage from my alliance mates today, even the boss or anything like that. But as far as what happened, yeah, it didn't turn out so well. Our battle group ended up dying. Oh, here I'm just checking, like I put the pre-fights on, they didn't show up, backed out, just confirming. I wish Kabam would fix this with the pre-fights. It's pretty annoying, especially when you could pretty much go into the fight and not even get them activated. But yeah, there's the pre-fights. As far as the war goes, TCN donated our BG2 again. We died 3 times, super fast fight time, and we lost. TCN, they did a really good job. They died 0 times. We ended up dying 11. Not a little, but a lot too many, even with the loss. But good job to TCN, kind of. We'll get to more of that. As far as my fight, my war goes, 5 fights, 5 kills, no deaths. 58 fights on the season, 58 kills, 1 death. And we actually moved up 1 spot with the loss, which you're like, huh? How does that work? Well, technically, I think we ended up dropping, or maybe we stayed the same. We were 12 going in. I think we might have been 13 or something when this was all done. But we dropped to 7 and 5 on the season, so we lost to TCN twice. We lost to Salty at the very beginning of the season. We lost to ISO 8, and we lost to PYCB. That was the last war when we actually would have beat them had we had all 30 guys actually finish their assignments. But yeah, and then here's my item use. Fairly minimal for this war. Kind of was able to get most of it done on just like 2 shots. And there's my item use for the season. I think comparatively speaking to this season, I mean, it was less. than prior season, but I did take quite a bit less fights this season, so that, and I didn't take like any bosses. It's just how assignments worked out, you know. We had different rank ups, we saw some different things, assignments were different, so, but overall not too bad item use wise. Will that change for this next season? Maybe so, with the loyalty situation. And then here's my little final collage. I added 2 fights to Thing. He's up to 29, so obviously my most used attacker. Added 1 fight to Doom. He only had 2 fights for the season, and then Mr. Fantastic got 2 in the last war. And then as far as defenders, all of the defenders in that last war I had seen before: Terrax, Surfer, Symbiote Supreme, Mysterio, and Knull. So a lot of repeats. But overall, pretty fun season for me, and got to use quite a different bunch of champs, even though I had so many fights with things. So here was the original leaderboard, and GT40 was number 1, TCN was number 2, Made in Brazil number 3. And there's the rest of the top 10. Here's the remaining top 20. And then I'll just, you know, showcase, or at least record for history's sake. Here's the rest of like Platinum 1, 2, and I think 3. If you feel like you want to look through those, you can. But there were docks, and there were 2 that were above us, so we ended up finishing Masters 1 in the second bracket, so that's rank 11. So we missed Masters top 10 by 1 spot, by 4 attack bonus, and, you know, obviously there were deaths in the season that we could have avoided. There were attack bonuses that were left on the table, 11 worth, basically 11 attack bonus worth. There was 2 fights, but with the exploration tiles and then the 6 attack bonus is basically equivalent to 11. So we really blew it. And you might say, well, what happened? So TCN, who we faced twice, who donated us in all 3 battle groups twice, they got docked. Now, how did they cheat, or what did they do? I can't say. But yeah, they cheated. We had to face them twice. They did exceptionally well against us. I think it's the first and the second time ever that we've been triple donated. So that's always really nice. Salty, the alliance that we fought in the first war, they also got docked. And then another alliance that we did fight, it was in the second war, we did beat them. So it's really interesting. We lost 5 times. 3 of our losses were to alliances that got docked. We lost to ISO 8, D69, and then we lost to PYCB in that war. Technically, we should have won had we just completed the map. And then one thing that I just want to point out here, you can see in our stats, is that our average fight time is 11,500 seconds, which is extremely slow. You know, I always pride myself with we are the #1 slowest Masters Alliance around. The one thing that, you know, we do have a lot of like free play guys that have limited access to boost and champs and rank ups and stuff, and we do Alliance War just a little bit different than most up in the very top Masters, and we just focus on attack bonus and let the chips fall where they lay after that is finished, and just we don't really focus on time. So so here let's check out the rewards. So Masters rank 1 looks really cool. I don't know why they don't put Masters 11, but got a decent chunk of rank 4 materials, the Nexus, chunk of shards. We're gonna get the Catalyst. I kind of get a little bit of each, and yeah, we're gonna end up getting 3 of the featured crystals as well, and I'll show that opening here. The opening didn't go as well as I would hoped, but we did have some good stuff that came out of it. So we're kind of topping off a couple different catalysts, forming some, and we're gonna go and open up the. I think we're gonna open up the Nexus first. Here, I was just taking another quick peek at the board on this one. But yeah, congrats to GT40 for coming out up top on #1 again this season. They did awesome. They're a solid warring alliance. So here's my Nexus. So I start off the opening with this Nexus, and boom, Kitty Pryde, awesome. So that was like, I was super stoked. I'm like, yeah, this is a good start. So I picked Kitty Pryde, of course. So that's solid. I think at this moment I've taken her to rank 2. She'll go up to rank 3 at some point soon. And then here I had over 45,000 shards, so I picked up 3 of the featured crystals, and I'm really hoping for any of the new champs, or maybe like a Guardian Awakening. But any of the 6 new featured champs, I haven't pulled one of them yet, and I've opened up 9. So this is crystal number 10, a Dormammu. He's already awakened. That's like 660 or 640. So that was crystal 10. Here comes crystal 11 that I pulled in for this featured, and do we get a new champ? Do we get a new champ? We just want a new champ, right? No. We get another Jubilee. I think she's 640 or 60 now. 60, yep. Pulled her a couple times in this featured, and we're going for our last one. Can we get a new champ, or maybe an Awakening? But a new featured champ. We want a new featured champ. No, we end up getting Thing. Which I love Thing, but he's max sig, and I really don't need to see him in my crystals anymore. So we get a max sig crystal from that. Did not get pretty much anything we wanted from that. Can we get an Immortal Iron Fist? Another one? We've already got him once. Can we get him in back-to-back max sig crystals? Let's check it out. We go up in here. I think we just quick spin and tap, and we get an Immortal Iron Fist. Nah, we just get 1,100 shards. So really not what I was looking for. But then I closed the game, reopened it, and because I thought I was supposed to get one more thing from the results from this season, and I do. Here it is. So this is the 5th Masters finish that I've participated in. So I'm pretty stoked about getting that extra little badge, Masterful. But yeah. So as far as the season go, it went okay. We totally blew it. Plus, you know, alliances that don't abide by the rules didn't help us in any way, shape, or form. Donuts and docks, D&D. We're not talking about Dungeons and Dragons. We're just talking about donuts and docks. I really wish. I mean, I would have rather have faced up a different alliance. I would rather have faced GT40 in the last war and try to give them a shot. I don't know why we get rematches in the season. There are plenty of alliances to face up against. I wish that would kind of go away. It would be nice to just kind of face 12 unique alliances and then do your best. But that's all we got for today. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for following me potentially across this whole season. It's been fun. We got a lot of fun stuff for next season. We X5E, we still plan on basically doing similar stuff of what we've been doing in war as normal. There's no changes for us. We're going to still try to compete, get Masters, hope we can get Masters top 10, if not higher. So thanks for watching, fellas. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.